What's up, everybody? Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Thursday Night Football kicks off in just about 15-20 minutes here. Stream with the Hawks Nest is going to start in about 3 hours, so be there. We're going to talk about the Patriots game, going to talk about this Miami game. You guys know the drill. Be there, and let's have some fun. But before we get to either of those things, we got to talk about this injury report. It just came out a few minutes ago, and it's better. We're trending in the right direction for the most part, but there's some stuff we got to talk about. So Brady Henderson has the latest of the injury report. Saw it from many other places as well. So this is what we got. And in terms of practice, things definitely improved. So let's blow it up here. Let's go a little bit bigger, and let's try to break down what we've got. The good news is the big thing. The DNP list basically got cleared out of concerns, right? The only concerns that remain on the DNP list would be Walker and Nwosu. And honestly, I think most of us are kind of mentally in a place where we kind of expected Walker and Nwosu to not practice and probably not play this weekend. I feel like most people have kind of settled themselves into that expectation, and hopefully things are okay, right? Like Miami has their own problems, and if we have the opportunity to let these guys sit for one more week, then that's certainly a good thing. So it looks like we're going to take that opportunity. Walker out with the oblique, Nwosu out with the knee. I mean, it's certainly concerning that an oblique injury that Walker brushed off as no big deal right after that Broncos game has turned into now what will probably be a 2-week injury minimum. But at the same time, we can afford to do it. And maybe Walker would be forced out there if we couldn't afford to do it. I don't know. But with this 17-game season and an 18-game season on the horizon, we are probably going to start seeing more load management in the NFL. So a guy like Walker, if he's on the fence is always going to push you towards the side of not playing because of load management. So that's about it for the really bad news, right? Because Kayvon Wallace didn't practice, but mostly for a personal reason. You can see not injury related. Although it is kind of weird to say that and then say, oh, he's also got a shoulder. So it's not injury related, but he is injured. Still a little bit weird, but okay. Jarran Reed, same deal. He's got a knee injury, but he didn't practice for rest reasons, which makes all the sense in the world for a guy like Jarran Reed, who is certainly getting up there in age for football, by football standards. And Jonathan Hankins, not injury related with the rest. So that's just veterans doing veteran things. So they should be good to go. Nothing to worry about there. And limited participation was loaded up today. And realistically, if you're limited on Thursday, you're probably going to be good to go by Sunday. So this is definitely good news here. So Brady Russell, right direction, goes from DNP Wednesday to LP today. Did practice. Jerome Baker did not participate on Wednesday, participating in practice today. Headed in the right direction. Boye Mafe, same deal. Went from a did not participate to a limited participation. Leonard Williams, same thing. They did add a shin injury here for whatever that's worth, but that's really good news, right? You trend in the right direction. You head the right way on the injury report. That's a sign that you're going to be good to go. We still have several days between now and the game. We still have tomorrow's practice. So looking good, looking sharp, looking encouraging for all those guys. And we need them. Boy, we need them. Pharaoh Brown, still limited, trending towards being able to play this week. Starting to feel like he will. Noah Fant remains limited, but he's probably going to be limited pretty much all year at this rate. I kind of feel like he's just going to show up on this list every practice, and we just got to hope that he can play when the game gets here at a fast pace and the way we need Noah Fant to play. George Fant, same, limited. Seems like he's trending towards being able to play, which is great. Unlike Walker, ironically, with Walker's injury, I felt like it was probably going to be a nothing burger, and Fant's injury was going to be serious. Fant looks like he's going to be back first. Tyler Lockett, limited with a thigh. Get used to seeing that. And Holland Witherspoon, still limited. But again, if you don't go the wrong way, you're probably going the right way. So good news here. All these guys that were limited yesterday are limited today. It's the same exact list, just with 4 guys from the DNP list transplanted over. And then you've got the full participation list where you've got Chenault still here. So he's still injured, but it's not inhibiting him in any meaningful way. You've got Dodson still with the injury, but it's not inhibiting him. The thing that is worth noting here would be Metcalf is now a full participant, so he's fine. Obviously, yesterday he didn't practice because of the hand, but some people have told me that he hurt his hand before the New England game and still had a great game against the Patriots. So whatever it is, it's obviously not going to stop him from playing, and he's out there, and it's good. And then you had Anthony Bradford get added to the list, even though he was still a full participant with a knee injury. And then you had Laken Tomlinson get added, which, kind of a funny designation, right? Because it's full participation, but not injury-related rest. So you're not resting if you're a full participant. How are you resting if you participated in the full practice? That doesn't make sense. But, obviously, there's nothing to be concerned about here. Maybe these guys aren't 100%, but they are playing. So, definitely good news today. Still don't love how long this list is. This is a list of guys who will play in all likelihood, but they are far from 100%. And this early in the season, we don't need this list to be that long. We got, 10 players here, got another 5 here, even if some of them are just resting veterans. Like, this is 20 players total. And obviously some of this stuff is rest related, but a lot of it isn't. But I'll take the good news where I can get it. This is mostly good news in terms of the trend. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe we'll get positive news on Walker and Nwosu, but it's really starting to feel like those are the 2 guys who are going to be out. And it also kind of feels like everybody else is going to play. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. On the other side, the Miami Dolphins side, I got this from Marcel Louis Jacques on Twitter. Once again, he posted the injury report for the Dolphins, and theirs is actually going pretty well. The big highlight here, the big exclamation point on this injury report, Terron Armstead practiced in a limited participation form today, and he said he is going to play. So Terron Armstead, good to go. He's kind of like their Charles Cross. He's the guy holding the offensive line back from being truly awful. Without Armstead, they don't really have anything going on. But with him, they at least got that lockdown left tackle. So he's going to go. It looks like I expect him to play. The only real bad news they got here would be Grant Dubois or Grant Dubose. And he's not even a big part of that offense, really. I mean, we know who their top receivers are. Grant Dubois is not one of them. So he went from limited to DNP, so that's actually a sign he won't be able to play. Raheem Mostert still limited. Malik Washington still limited. We expect them to play. Eichenberg continues to be a full participant, so he's good. And then you got 3 guys here that trended in the right direction. Rob Jones, offensive lineman. Jalen Phillips, linebacker. And Jeff Wilson Jr. All 3 of them went from limited to full today, so they're good. They're going to play if they're needed. Calais Campbell rested on Wednesday, so obviously there's no injury there. And that's it. So Miami's, again, their injuries are very, very big, but they only have a few. Seattle doesn't have the big injuries that Miami has, but it's death by 1,000 cuts, it feels like right now. So, see you guys later. Go Hawks. Should be on Twitch later tonight as well, but see you guys in a few hours with the Hawks Nest.